Thursday morning. We hope we are going to get Game 2 of the ALDS between the Yankees and the Guardians tonight at Yankee Stadium. Weather does not look great, but who the hell knows with the weather forecast what is going to happen. So if we do get it, we're going to get a spectacular pitching matchup on paper between Shane Bieber of the Guardians and Nestor Cortes of the Yankees as the Yankees continue to try to roll through this first series, this ALDS. And Nestor Cortes has been amazing the entire year. I expect nothing less from him tonight if he ends up pitching tonight. But if this game gets rained out, then he has to pitch on Friday. That kind of screws the whole thing up because he would have been on regular rest for a Game 5. So they may have to adjust, but let's hope we get this game, Boomer, and we're not subject to the Commanders and the Bears tonight with no Yankee playoff baseball. We have to sit there and watch that because that is the worst game on the slate, bar none, this week. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, G. And sometimes the worst games turn out to be the best games.
This one will not.
The games, I don't know if it will or not, but yeah, this will be interesting. Last night in Atlanta, they had a 3-hour rain delay.
That's right. Yep.
So I hope. I can't
that game
imagine.
was scheduled to start at 4 o'clock, so it's a little bit different. You have a 3-hour rain delay tonight. They're not starting the game at 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that they had a 3-hour rain delay in Atlanta. It jumped down my throat. And by the way, Yu Darvish last night did not look like Sandy Koufax, as Mike Flinkelman told me, as he did against us. But they still did get the win, though. They beat the Dodgers last night, and they beat Clayton Kershaw. And see, the Dodgers got pitching problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't care about what happens in the National League playoffs unless the Yankees get there and then they face off against the National League team. The most exciting thing that happened in baseball yesterday was a goose was on the field.
Yes,
so
now
there you
LA,
go.
yes,
yep.
I know.
Yep, so I've got nothing for you when it comes to the Braves and the Phillies and the Dodgers and the Padres because I can't watch it. I'm out. I'm completely out on that stuff. So once the Mets were out, I'm out. I can't watch these games. Don't care. Means nothing to me. And the goose was the most exciting thing that happened in baseball yesterday. So let's get the Yankees rolling again so we got some real baseball to talk about.
All right, so what are you thinking about the goose? I mean, why was the goose there? What was going on?
Why was the goose there?
Yeah.
You think I freaking know why the goose was there in L.A.?
Like you're all up into the goose. I don't know.
I'm not all up into the goose. I'm saying that the most exciting thing that happened yesterday was the goose.
It's amazing that goose is just sitting there.
Yeah, I guess.
A very nice field of grass for sure.
Yeah, the goose is an idiot, right? The goose does not have a large brain, so it just doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know that a baseball game is being played. So it landed on the field and goes, this is a great place to hang out and poop and relax, and had no idea that these people here were playing professional baseball and getting paid millions of dollars to do so.
And all the places for a goose to land to hang out.
Yeah, I suppose so, yes. I suppose. I don't know. I wasn't all that fascinated by it. But, yes, it was out there. So you think we're going to play this game tonight or what?
I don't know, man. Every time we try to predict these things, it's impossible. I look at my dark sky, which, as of January 1st, 2023, will now become Apple Weather.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they bought it, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Unavailable as of 1/1/2023. So right now it's showing rain between 1 o'clock and 4 a.m. in the morning.
Wow. That's a long stretch of time.
That's all day.
Yeah, it's all day. That would be all day. Yes, 1 o'clock and 4 a.m. in the morning.
This is always a tough one for baseball because yesterday they had off and it would have been perfect for them to play. But
there's no way they could have moved the game up based on the forecast because these teams were expecting to have this day off.
No, I know.
And set up their rotation. But it would have been nice if they could.
But the point being is that, and I always think about this in terms of the comfort of the fans, not so much the comfort of the players. When do you make a decision you're going to try to play or you're going to try to sit through it? You don't want to go through 3 innings and then have everybody sit for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That doesn't help anybody.
I think my best guess, and you see what happened to the west of us with this storm, is that this is going to get called probably sometime around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock this afternoon. That would be my best guess. But then again, I thought there was no way the Mets and the Nationals were playing that doubleheader with the forecast and the way that it looked. And they got 2 games in that day. So I really don't know if the track of whatever is moving through this cold front changes. Maybe they play, but I'm guessing that they're going to have to move this game to Friday, which complicates things. It makes things very interesting because then you're talking about, having back-to-back games with travel twice in the series.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking, at the radar.
The radar? Yeah, I know. You see that?
Yeah, so there's two big red blotches on each side of New York, north and west, and south and east.
Yeah, and if it keeps moving in the direction everybody expects it to move, it's going to get ugly around here.
Yeah, but how fast is it moving? I mean, I feel like, maybe if it was moving, I don't know, 15 miles an hour, it would be out of here.
But it's not. It's not. And that's why it's going to be hanging around. It's so large, it's going to be hanging around from 1 p.m. to 4 a.m. So, I mean, as long as they call it before, every, 50,000 people descend upon the Bronx and end up getting screwed with the parking and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the radar all this morning as well. It's ugly.
So is it coming from the south?
No, it's coming from the west.
So the west and the north. So
yeah.
It's going to come down this way.
I thought so. I don't know. You can hit the play button on that and you can see exactly how it goes.
I think it's like a cold front.
It is a cold front.
It's like a Yankee Clipper.
It could be a Yankee Clipper that is rolling through, which sucks because we won't have a game to react to tomorrow. And they should have played yesterday because why the hell would you have a day off in between games 1 and 2 with no travel and ALDS? But
I'm looking at this stuff. It's going north, man.
I think it's going north. It's going to miss the Bronx?
It's showing that it's going north.
Okay.
At least that's what's closest to us right now.
All right.
So I don't know. Maybe.
Well, no.
But
Fingers crossed.
I do hate situations like this because I hate screwing up the fans.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse. Like if you're going to the game and you're driving to the game and you're stuck in traffic and you're sitting there and you listen to, Spank and Evan breaking it down and everything. And then next thing you know, somewhere around 6 o'clock, they decide, down we're not doing it.
Yeah, right. Pulls the rug out from underneath you. You're all fired up.
So
for the
whatever
game.
decision Major League Baseball makes, they make it,
Do it quick.
Do it quick.
Do it quick.
Ugh.
Don't be messing around. But whenever they take the field, this will be a great one with Nestor Cortez and Shane Bieber. And I do expect the Yankees to move on, whether it's 3 games, 4 games, 5 games. I expect to see him in the ALCS. And then if it ends up being the Astros, again in the ALCS or whoever it is, they got to get to the World Series. They've got to win that. They've got to win that ALCS. This is the year. I know that they had a down August, but this is the year that they've got to get through Houston. And if it's the Mariners, maybe it'll be a little easier for them. Who the hell knows? But they cannot go down again like they did in 17 and 19 to the Houston Astros in the ALCS, which is good as this team has been the entire year. I know the Astros have been better, but I mean, everything is set up for them to succeed in the best way. Other than maybe the bullpen, but who's got the strongest bullpen right now in the Major League Baseball playoffs? It's a question mark for everybody. But there is health with this team. There is confidence with this team. The starting pitching got off to a great start with Garrett Cole, so they are locked and loaded. And I'm just hoping we're not talking about another ALCS ouster because regardless of what happened throughout the entire season, if they get through this series, the fans are going to be pissed. They're going to be pissed if they go down again and don't make it to the World Series.
Now, will you watch Mariners Astros today at 3:30?
Absolutely not. No. I watch the Yankees. I watch the Mets.
I mean, it's afternoon baseball, man.
Yeah,
and it's going to be raining outside. What are you going to do? You going to watch Prime Video?
No, I'm not interested. I don't know.
No.
I don't.
Well, it's
out-of-market baseball is not my thing. I don't care. I'm just telling you, I don't care.
You don't want to watch Luis Castillo, who should have been a Yankee?
Nope. Luis Castillo, no. I'm not interested.
Okay.
I'm interested in the teams that the Yankees and the Mets play and the Yankees and the Mets.
Well, the Astros could be a team that the Yankees play.
Right. When they play the Yankees, I'll be interested.
Or either one of those two teams.
Yeah. I'm sorry. When my team is out of it, it's not like football. So if, the Vikings are lucky enough to make the playoffs, they get knocked out, then I still watch every single playoff game.
It could be a bitch if the Mariners make it past the Astros.
Mm-hmm.
They see the Yankees.
Yep.
It's Game 7. Luis Castillo is on the mound. Oh, baby.
Yeah, and Frankie Montas is on the IL somewhere.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the guy that you got as opposed to the guy that you were supposed to get. Yeah, I know. Brian Cashman built a juggernaut that should be able to beat the Mariners regardless of Luis Castillo being on that team.
Well, I will say, this I feel like is just kind of like preseason baseball for the Yankees. I hate to say it that way because I know it's the playoffs and I know it's important.
See, if I would have said that about the Mets, you would have gotten all over me.
Yeah, because we're Met fans. We can't talk about our own team.
You would have gotten all over me.
We can't talk about our own team.
So this is like a spring training series for the Yankees.
You throw the ball out, bats and balls out there, you hit a couple home runs, call it a day.
Unbelievable.
And that's basically what it comes down to: who hits more home runs. It's not even about pitching anymore; it's about home run hitting.
Yeah, it's been like that in baseball for a while. But, I mean, you're like just moving on, totally disrespecting the Guardians and saying this is like preseason?
That's what it feels like to me. I mean, you're talking about one of the lightest hitting teams left in the playoffs.
Okay, and you got one of the
lightest hitting team.
You got one of the best pitchers left in the playoffs, and Shane Bieber going for the Guardians potentially tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, what about him?
What about him?
Well, I mean, he could shut you down, couldn't he?
Who was the best Yankees pitcher?
It was Nestor Cortez.
What about him?
He's great. I just said I expected greatness from him.
What lineup would you rather face, the Guardian lineup or the Yankee lineup?
I know, obviously. But
all right, well, so there you have it.
But you just can't just dismiss them and swat them away.
I'm not. Well,
you got to respect your opponent. These are the things you taught me.
Yeah,
now all of a sudden you're going against that.
They are swatting them away.
Okay, all right, fine.
It's the next series. That's the money series. That's where we get to. Okay. Yeah. Who's in it and who's not in it?
It really is amazing how all your rules go out the window when the team that is playing is not the team that you were rooting for. It really is amazing. All your touch the money rules are completely out the window when you're talking about the Yankees.
You're rolling around in the money.
It's ridiculous.
Rubbing it on your private part.
Yeah, but I'm not a Yankee fan. It's a totally different story. I've always educated you guys on, like, you would never touch the money, for the Vikings, except for that one day. After the Minneapolis Miracle, you came in here, you had your Viking hat on and everything, and you were doing the high step behind me.
Yep. That wasn't touching the money. I was just excited about that win.
Yeah, and then you knew that you felt like you were going to beat Nick Foles and the Eagles the next week and the whole thing. Like, you were there. It's like, I'm not touching the money for the Yankees because I am not a Yankee fan. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys.
Yeah, but I mean, the rules still apply, don't they?
No. Now I am.
But now you're just dismissing and disrespecting an opponent is what you're doing.
Look, I respect the fact that, Mark Chernoff's – what's Mark Chernoff doing anyway? Maybe we should call him up and ask him about how, the Indians are going to handle Aaron
the Guardians,
Judge.
Yes, the Guardians.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard from Mark in a while, actually. It's been like a month or so. I've not heard from Mark.
He's been on the down low. He's gone ghosting you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody else has heard from him. He's just doing his morning radio sports is what he's doing.
All right. Yep.
That's what he's doing.
You think he's looking for like credentials or something to go to these Yankee Guardian games?
I don't think he needs that. I mean, his son is the general manager. You think he's looking for credentials? I think he could do whatever he wants. He could probably play second base if he wanted to. I don't think he needs to look for a credential.
I don't know. I think he probably is looking for. I bet you he's looking for credentials.
I don't think he's looking. I don't think he's calling up Spike and Chris Olivero and asking for credentials.
Oh, he's
for
not
the
going to
series.
ask those guys for credentials.
I mean, I don't think he's looking for credentials. I think he's doing.
I think he would ask one of the teams for credentials.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he knows. Just like you're saying that the Guardians are up against it. I'm sure he's thinking it'd be great if they pulled off a miracle and beat the Yankees, but it's probably not going to happen.
So the point being is that this morning I wake up and I just think about, let's get through this stuff and let's get to the real stuff.
Just move on, just swat them, just brush them away.
We got to get to the real stuff. The real stuff is the next series. That's where the real stuff.
This is the real stuff,
that's where the metal meets the meat.
I got you. I'm not going to disagree, but you still got to be able to be focused and into these games, and the Yankees can't think that way about the Guardians. They can't be like that. We'll just swat them away and get to the ALCS. Maybe you could think like that, but the fans should enjoy this too because you never know with these seasons. I know the Yankees are in the playoffs all the time, but enjoy this series where you beat up on the Guardians. You don't just be looking ahead. Think about it. You go to these games, you enjoy yourself if they do play tonight, and you got a ticket, watching Nasty Nestor out there doing his thing. And you got to be locked in. You got to be focused on the task at hand.
Well,
live in the present.
They will be once they swat this team out of the way. This preseason playoff thing out of the way.
Live in the present. It's amazing how you're disrespecting.
Well, you know how disappointed we were with what happened with the Mets and how the last.
They got swatted away. Yeah,
they did get swatted away. They did, and it was painful to watch Hall of Fame pitcher and Scherzer just absolutely get waylaid. Mm-hmm. I mean, that just takes the wind out of everybody's sails.
Yeah.
And, and they should be playing now. So maybe this is a little of me acting out. I don't know. Maybe
one of those misplaced anger situations.
It could be a little of that, but come on, the Yankees are loaded. Come on, they're not losing this.
They're not.
They're not losing.
I would agree. They're not.
They should get a sweep here.
Yeah, if somehow it went the other way.
Sweep and then more rest.
That would be great. That would be ideal. And then watch the other series go to 5. That'd be awesome if that were the case. But you still have to Still have to get the job done. If somehow went the other way and the Guardians beat the Yankees, it would be
it'd be a
pure
bloodletting.
disaster.
It would be a bloodletting around here.
Oh my God!
That's why. So this is the obvious.
Eddie would have to take a week off for a week-long orgasm if that happened.
He would have YE day, YED.
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday could be.
He would have YE week, and he'd go to Vegas and party like a bachelor. That's what he would do.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.